Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to receive notifications of my future video postings, please subscribe. One of the biggest challenges in the American diet is to eat more vegetables. Today, less than 10% of the American population eat what we call the daily recommended requirement of fruit and vegetables. Physicians and nutritionists has encouraged the general public to eat more vegetables over and over again. But the ability to incorporate more vegetables into the diet turned out to be quite difficult. I would like to use our friend and neighbor as an example, and I will call him Larry for the purpose of this video. Larry recently suffered a severe heart attack and he has gone through triple bypass. His physician told him that in order for him to recuperate and to stay in good health, he needs to change his diet. He needs to eat more fruit and vegetables. For Larry and his family, eating more vegetable is not easy at all because they are a typical meat and potato types of family. Furthermore, they don't cook very much and they often eat out either fast food or processed food. So switch to a more vegetable-centric diet turned out to be not as easy as it might seem on the surface. Initially, Larry's wife, Beth, has prepared a lot of salad for them, but after maybe a couple months, they got really tired of salad. Larry came over and eat at our house on one occasion, and he really liked what we have cooked, and he said he would like to do the same. So he went out and bought a wok, and he and Beth start to do stir-fry vegetables routinely. Initially, they just cooked a few vegetables that I showed them how to do, but now they would like to expand their repertoire, so they start to adopt my fast cooking system. As it turned out that both Larry and Beth really enjoy vegetables, particularly stir-fry vegetables. One dish they have been cooking quite a bit is a French green beans with carrot and mushroom. Larry loves mushroom and Beth enjoy carrot a great deal. However, green bean is what they love most. They could eat green bean every day. So one day when Beth and Larry stopped by our house for coffee, I suggested to them maybe they can change up this particular dish using my templates approach. The cooking is essentially the same. They don't need to use a recipe or anything like that, but they can change the carrot into onion since Larry loves onion. So I invite them over during the weekend and basically give them a impromptu cooking class and show them how the template cooking system work. And at the same time, I show them how to prep onions because both of them do not have much experience in cutting onions. In my previous videos, I have demonstrated how to cut onion into slices as well as how to dice onions. In this case, I'm going to show them how to cut onions into small chunks. So here, let me just briefly go through the basic process, and you can take a look at the other video for additional information. The method that how I cut up onion is based on the fact that you hang on to the root of the onion, and so that when you slice the onion or dice the onion, the entire half of the onion will stay together. So the difference between dicing the onion versus cutting the onion into chunks is that when you cut the onion across the longitude surface, you cut bigger slices. As you can see in this comparison that by cutting bigger slices, you will get bigger chunks. I always find onion to be fascinating because depending on how you cut them, the onion will give a very different characteristics to the dish. Well, it turned out that Larry is very good at cutting and he really enjoys it. So he basically announced that from now on, he will be the prepper of the household. Of course, that made Beth very happy, and she said, finally, I'm going to get Larry into the kitchen. So following is what we did during this impromptu cooking class. I'm going to use my Cucinary 14-inch stainless steel wok. Some of you might ask me why I always use this wok. Is it my favorite wok? I won't say so. The reason I use this wok because the stainless steel texture make the food ingredients far more visible. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of canola oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the wok. I heat up the oil until it starts to smoke gently, and I turn down the heat. I let the oil to smoke for about 15 seconds. This is time when the oil seasons the wok. I call this method the spot seasoning method. If you're not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. In many ways, the method of cooking this dish is very similar to the other dish which has carrot instead of onion. I decided that I'm going to add the green bean to the wok first because the green bean takes a long time to cook. Now this green bean is the French green bean. Actually will be easier to cook than the regular type of green bean. To help the green bean to cook even faster, I cut them into half the size of the middle finger. I then stir fry the green bean for about 40 to 60 seconds. Depends on how I like the texture going to be. At this point, I want to make sure that I have enough oil to coat the surface of the green bean because this is how the flavor molecule is going to be generated during the cooking process. I then test the texture of the green bean. I would like it to be about 70 to 80% done because it's going to cook a little bit longer. So by the time when I finish cooking the rest, it should be just right. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of red onion that has been cut to a size of a chunk. The size of the onion is important. Also, the timing of adding the onion. Because I do not want the onion to disappear into the dish because I know Larry really enjoys both the flavor and the texture of the onion. I then stir fry the onion until it reaches the texture I think it will be just about right. And next then I add the mushroom to the dish. The mushroom cook very quickly. However, the mushroom also suck up a lot of oil. If the mushroom looks dry, you should add some more oil to it. But so far, it looks pretty good to me. Okay, we are ready to cross the finish line. Everything looks just great. So at this point, I'm going to add some water because I want to soften the texture of the ingredients a little bit so that it reaches the kind of tenderness that I like. I try not to add too much water. I just add enough water to cover the bottom of the wok. And right after I add the water, I'm going to flavor the dish. I'm going to first add my basic seasoning mix to enhance the natural flavor of the ingredients. And then I decided to make this dish has a much richer flavor. So I'm going to add both some oyster sauce and this will be followed by adding some hoisin sauce. Part of the reason for adding these sauces are because Larry still like to have food that is saltier than I like personally. This will give the vegetable a much richer flavor. I did a final taste test and the dish is done. The total cook time is a little bit under 6 minutes. Larry and Beth really liked this dish. They were surprised how different the dish is in compared to when they cook it with carrot instead of onion. I told them that this is I guess I call it the magic of template-based cooking because by making simple substitutions, you can change the characteristic of the dish, but without having to learn a new template. They could already imagine what other substitution they could make. For example, Beth really liked Brussels sprouts, so I said, yeah, you definitely can substitute either any one of those ingredients with the Brussels sprout. Furthermore, by seasoning the dish differently, in this case, this particular dish, I asked them to season it with both oyster sauce and hoisin sauce, which was quite different from when they originally seasoned it only with my basic seasoning mix. In fact, Larry really liked spicy food, so I told him that in the future, you can season it by adding some jalapeno pepper, or just even with some hot sauce. I thought it was a very productive evening because both Mary and Beth has got some pretty good idea what they can go forward from this point. I hope this video give you some ideas as well as suggestions what you can do with template-based cooking to increase your vegetable consumption. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like icon below. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to receive notifications of my future video postings. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.